Hello world and welcome to another episode of America You So Crazy. It's been a very interesting few days. You know, you got Stormy Daniels, dealing with Trump. She was on 60 Minutes. You got, rappers coming in and out of jail, Fabulous and Julez Santana. But that's another thing. But today, I got two special guests. I will let them introduce themselves.
Yo, I'm KF French, and
Hey, it's Harley.
What's up, people? So we're gonna, do what we do. Technically what we always do on the show is talk about pop culture and politics and, what's going on in current events. And this week, like any other week, it has been eventful. It has been very, very eventful.
Very eventful.
So Julez Santana's now home. I saw on camera on Instagram, Cameron was FaceTiming him, like, yeah, he's back home. And he was like, I didn't even realize he was gone for that long. Like, he turned himself in for bringing a gun to the airport.
He did. Wasn't it like last week?
Yeah. So it's like, where was he this whole time? Like, was he in bookings? Is it selling the Rikers? Like, where was this nigga this whole time? Like,
man, secretly crap, like, shit happens. And that's like a very, very heavy crime. And he's a well-known artist, so but that's more like a private. Maybe he wanted more private than public.
Right.
So that's why we haven't heard about it.
I saw it on the news when he first got arrested. It was on Channel 11.
Yeah, I heard about it. It was some shit.
It was on the CW. But it was like, I don't know how you go to the airport with a gun. I don't know how you do it. But
nah, I ain't gonna lie. It's just like first of all, when you go to the airport and you don't check your luggage or don't check a certain type of package that you have, because you could easily take one of your work bags in New York. That work bag has a cannon, and maybe you accidentally picked it up by accident.
But how can you walk around and not realize that you have a gun in your backpack?
Right, especially going to the airport. Especially going to the airport.
Yeah.
You know you're going to bring whatever you got to the airport. You usually plan what you're going to put in your bag before you leave.
Me personally, when I go to the airport and I have my carry-on bag, I'm going to go through that bag like at least 5 times before I even board the plane. Like,
Right.
I'm going
Six.
Right.
Ordinary.
Like, there's always something to go back in there for.
A corkscrew can get you fucked up. Like,
Right.
that's like even not even a small knife, a nail can probably get you fucked up.
All I'm saying is that at one point, the No 7 recall, they said that you couldn't even bring that phone into government buildings.
Right. I remember when I was going back and forth from Atlanta. They were going. Remember when the cell phone battery was exploding? What was that? The Samsung?
Yeah,
it was. It was a couple of phones.
Yeah. But what do you call it? When I was on that plane, what was that? I think I flew JetBlue or something. They were planning on arresting you if you had that phone.
Yeah.
Like if you had that phone, you was gonna get arrested.
Any government building that you tried to enter and you had that phone, they would arrest you.
They're like, if you're on this plane with that phone, you will be arrested, and your phone will be confiscated.
I've been like, wait, for the cell service that I use.
It's not like the service, the battery in your phone.
I understand, but I got it from the service.
And now that service is blowing up.
Like, yo, you might wanna catch a couple people real quick, because that's some shit. Like,
well, one thing's for sure, Santana's home. I don't know why he had a gun, but he's
famous. There's certain people that you're gonna need.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't know why he got a gun. I don't know why he got a gun at the airport.
Like,
yeah.
That's the damn sure no. You gotta check your belongings, saying, yo, okay, this can't go, that can't go, this can't go. Like, prepare yourself. Like, unless it was a real rush, which usually somebody with a big name and they have clients, they're usually in a rush. Mm-hmm. But always prepare yourself. Always have your lady or girlfriend or person that you with help you set up your bag, unless it was a setup.
Right. That's why it has to be a setup, because there's no explanation of what else it could have been.
Like, how you walk around and not realize that you
have a gun?
I can't do it.
So now he's home, but Fabulous is now going to jail. I think. Is he in jail?
No.
He turned himself in, didn't he? He did turn himself to the
cops.
cops.
For the punch in the face to the females?
Yeah.
I found out that she ended up going to the club with him the very next day, and they were partying together. I stopped caring about the story.
Wait, she went to the club with him?
They were photographed the very next day after she got her ass beat at the club.
How did she look? Did she have her teeth?
She was perfectly.
Well, let me tell you something.
Did she have no black eyes?
Somebody with that much money, and then you chill with them at the club, their teeth is fixed.
I guess.
Especially since you made them popular again. Oh, your teeth is fixed, bitch.
All I'm saying is you can't sit here and like.
They played Fabulous music non-stop after he hit this bitch.
Right.
So this worries me.
You know what's crazy? I saw on Twitter people were actually saying that they were like, yo, the amount of love he was getting online for, just for being fabulous after hitting. They're like, yo, what the hell is going on? Like, Twitter went crazy. And I don't understand at the same time, because I was like, damn, when Ike Turner was beating on Tina, the niggas fucking go, yeah, Ike's my nigga. Like what's going on out here?
But, I mean, you got some people that, brought up the whole Chris Brown incident.
Right.
Again, all over again.
Right. I mean, people still riding, everybody was still riding Chris Brown still.
Yeah, but my thing is, what did she do or say to get this man that mad? Because there's two sides to every story.
Right.
Like, you don't know what the fuck she could have done to get this man that mad, but he shouldn't haymaker her like that. Like, at the end of the day, my nigga, that's still a female.
Right.
You still a male.
Right.
Now, I bet your ass wouldn't do that with an Amazon.
With what?
I bet you no man would fight an Amazon. Big chick.
Right.
Brawling motherfucker.
Right.
Fight the females that does the female football league. Let's see if that shit's going
like the Ronda Rousey.
Hell yeah. Let's see something like, I'm dead serious.
Hey, girls can fight.
Yeah, hell yeah, something for hell females can fight.
Rousey is WrestleMania tonight.
Oh, God.
She is
And
tonight.
Speaking of which, just to get Fabulous out the way, WrestleMania's tonight.
Right. I only watch when The Rock shows up. I stopped watching it for years.
Yeah, that's true. The Undertaker might show up, might not show up.
I thought he was done.
He was supposed to be done, but I don't know if he's going to be facing John Cena or not.
Undertaker, no.
I really would attend, like, yo, Undertaker, find a different dude.
Right.
Undertaker, no. John Cena already said that he bought his ticket to watch as an audience member.
Oh, yeah, because he's too busy making movies now.
Oh, that's what it is?
He's doing Transformers. The Transformers spin-off is the Bumblebee movie. You got Blockers. You got the Duke Nukem movie that he's doing.
Yo, I like this man's success. I can't even lie. I like his success. Like, I respect it.
So, but here's the thing, though, when it comes to fighters. Like, some fighters can cross over and do things like that. Some fighters get out of it with wrestling or boxing. Brock Lesnar. But he ain't going back to UFC?
Yeah, he's going back to UFC.
Right.
After this WrestleMania bout tonight against Roman Reigns.
As an MMA fighter, how do you feel about somebody going back and forth from, quote unquote wrestling? Because, wrestling, everybody knows at this point wrestling is not like, even though you can't fake gravity and stuff, wrestling, to a T isn't really combat fighting compared to like boxing and UFC. You know what I mean?
Look, I'll put it to you like this because there's another character that's in a different company. I don't know where he's at right now. His name is Bobby Lashley. I like the transition because when he did it, he came in TNA, went back, faced people in the octagon, and then you have Brock Lesnar that's sticking to WE, then going back and doing what he did because he did it before.
Right.
And he won some matches, he lost some matches. Like, he won more than he lost, but I think if he would have stayed in the UFC and stayed training and staying big, I don't know how he is as a person, but money-wise, he's making a lot of smart decisions.
Right.
So if he wants to go back to MMA because he's tired of WE for a little while, okay, let me go out and be a bigger star. But when it comes down to what I want to see, like my favorite match that I want to see is Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley.
Okay.
So I hope in the future that can pop up. But as of right now, Brock Lesnar wants to go back to the MMA.
Right.
And I respect him for it because at the end of the day, he lost to Bigfoot Silva his last fight, I think. I really think if he can get in there, get to working again, he can actually become champion faster again.
Right. Okay.
And it's not like he's not bringing in money. He's a freaking nature.
Right.
He's literally 6 foot, 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", weighing 200 something, and he moves like a freaking running back.
Right.
I mean, yeah, like age always catch up to you.
How old is he?
I don't know. Do a little history.
He's in his late 30s, actually.
Ooh.
If I'm not mistaken.
In his late 30s, still a monster picking up people. That's something that I would still hope for, but I'm gonna have to lose that weight because
He's actually gaining his weight back.
Shit.
As a fighter, what weight is it better to be as a fighter these days? To be able to transition so much, is it to be like the heavyweight, the middleweight?
Nah, because I was a big boy myself, and I was quick, but still slower. But it's not as like I was quick now. For me, the heavyweights, that's just two titans going at it. clashing back and forward and trying to get to. But remember, they're big titans. They're gonna tire quickly. So it's like who's gonna get the first haymaker, who's gonna get the biggest slam, and then who's gonna get the ground and pound. When it comes down to these welterweights, it's about the hits, the knees, the feet, the hands, and the chokeholds too for the middle heavyweights and welterweights.
Right.
Now when it's the featherweights, it's more of a speed. Who can try to tire their opponent out first because their endurance is off the chain.
Right.
So in my case, I would like to be a featherweight. But if I had the weight, I would want to be in the heavyweights.
Right.
Because that's where I could be more happy. Like now, if I wanted to drop down to the featherweights, I gotta have endurance, speed, and a lot to be able to try to counter hit every other opponent.
Right.
That's gonna be hard to do with a stick.
Right.
When you're dealing with some big boy with a gut, you could be like, okay, big gut, small target.
Right.
It's better.
Right. So when people cross over, like Brock Lesnar, go from like WWE to MMA.
Well, you can't. I would like to bring somebody different in. Ken Shamrock. I don't think you remember him. He used to be a WWE star too. He transitioned to MMA, and I liked how he did it.
Right.
Brock Lesnar. He went to MMA. He did a lot of different things after he left the WWE the first time.
Right.
So like he did football. I remember he did, and I think after football he did UFC.
Right.
He wasn't good in football.
Right. Speaking of UFC, what's going on with McGregor? Like,
I heard about that too. What's up, Harley? Can you give us the scoop, the 411 on that, please? Like, what's going on?
So, apparently, you know how he picked up an object.
he picked up what?
He picked up an object, threw it at
Oh, the dolly, right? He
Yes.
took the dolly and threw it at the tour bus.
Bruh.
Injured another fighter and he fled. So apparently right now he is out on $50,000 bail after being
Easy to
booked
pay.
on multiple charges from Thursday's
He got a
rampage
buckshot and everything now.
in Brooklyn.
Wow. Damn, champ.
They took his belt too, right?
They did take his belt, and they're saying that his career is on jeopardy and it's not yet known what's his next step.
Is he still fighting after the Mayweather fight?
My dude.
No, his last fight was November.
His last fight was November, but look, after the Mayweather fight, you didn't have to fight no more.
Right.
You choose to, and I respect that. But if you're gonna go buck wild and try to fight somebody
The
else,
Mayweather fight wasn't really a fight anyway.
look, man, let me tell you something.
I saw that shit.
Let me
That
tell you
shit was
something.
that was
Let
like
me tell
a
you
movie.
something. One, I think everything was planned.
Of course it was.
I don't believe that this man lost that much endurance that quick.
Right.
And especially since you're an MMA fighter, you are supposed to go in and hit this dude as hard as you can just to make him give up. So I don't believe you was aiming at the right spots, because if he was going for an up defense, you're supposed to be going for the body. If he's going for a down defense, you're going for the head. You're bigger than him, McGregor. And you have a little bit more power than he does, but I respect how he has more endurance to take punches and counter it, but I'm like, McGregor, you have...
So here's my question. Do you think this is all part of the show, just like how the Mayweather thing was part of the show? You think that he learned from the best and now he's doing his own little show? Just to be like, yeah, I'm the bad boy of UFC and so more people will come see this fight? Because the fight is still going to go eventually, right? You still got to fight, right?
No, they're saying that his...
Once you get handcuffed, it's out of your hand. It's out of the hands of UFC, and it's down to your lawyers.
Right.
What you did was stupid. One, you took a dangerous weapon and threw it and injured at another fighter, which you could have killed this man.
Right.
And then you fled the scene.
Right.
Automatic guilty. You might be going to jail.
Well, they said that based on the charges that he has, he's most likely going to go to prison.
What's the charges?
They didn't say.
They didn't say
Dude, assault with a deadly weapon,
obvious.
endangering the public,
Right.
And you're a champion. You're supposed to be
champion fighter,
holding a name bigger than yourself.
Right.
You're supposed to be setting an example.
You're technically a human weapon at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You are a human weapon. So first of all, not only you're a living human weapon, you putting double jeopardy on it because it's basically assault.
Right, it is assault.
Not assault with a deadly weapon and attempted murder.
Right.
Because not only do you have skills to kill him, now you put a deadly weapon and you put an object in it to kill him even more or injure him even more. And like I said, other people can die too.
Right.
But you ran away from the scene.
And instead of staying there and sticking with the cops, this, that, and the third, you ran. You ran. Like,
And it's caught on tape.
and it's caught on tape. So you have to sit there and remember for the rest of your life. You're a fighter. So survive in prison, you could do it. I would say solitary confinement.
Right.
That's me personally.
You don't think do they put fighters in by themselves when they're locked up?
No.
No, they keep it in the public?
Nah, they put look, I never been, so I wouldn't know.
Right.
But I think I gotta see how the processing is. It depends how much you process.
I don't know.
If you all going to
I've been
prison,
locked up before, but I've never been locked up with
nah, because if you go to jail, you're waiting to be processed, whatever.
Yeah.
Shit. But once you go to prison, how many years? How many months? Is he going for months or years? Because if he going for years,
Right. Is it gonna be like undisputed with Wesley Snipes and Ving Rhames? Right.
screw that. There's other shits where you have one man mob going in jail, going against one dude, and he's killing and haymaking everybody.
The thing about McGregor in jail is the movie. It just sounds like it's gonna be like undisputed.
First of all, I wouldn't want to be a champion and be in jail.
All right, everybody they're gonna try you.
Like I wouldn't want it,
Right.
and it's not even like I don't even think that it's just he just got here. Oh, I'm taking it. It's not even gonna be like that. It's gonna be like, let me see who's gonna jump first.
Right.
And the first person who jumps, the second person's gonna know exactly what to do.
Right. I don't know. For someone who's been locked up before, even though it's not like I've done serious time, so I don't know. I haven't been upstate. I did 2 weeks in Rikers. That was it. But from what I've seen, and especially because where I was, I'm really. I guess my story is like really, really biased because everybody where I was at was still waiting to see the judge. So it wasn't like everybody was doing like serious time, doing life. Like I'm never getting out. You know what I mean?
So you were just like pretty much in booking.
Right, but in Rikers, I was in the, so they had us in an area called, what was it? Like, you ever been to like one of those tennis things, and in like in the winter they have that thing over it, and
Like a recreational center?
no, it's like a bubble, it's like a big ass bubble they have over the tennis courts when they get really, really cold sometimes. I forgot what you call that shit, but they call that shit, huh? I don't know what
It's called a dome, like a dome.
yeah, it's like a dome. So they called it the Sprung. I think it was like the Sprung or whatever. But it was basically outside in Rikers, and it was mad fucking cold. And I'll never forget how cold that shit was. But everybody was basically just waiting. But what I've noticed was when I was in there, everybody was like, you don't fuck with me, I'm not gonna fuck with you, and we just gonna sit here do our time until we figure out what the fuck is going on. The only people who fucking beef was niggas who tried some shit or talked some shit. Usually niggas who talk shit that started problems. Anybody who pretend to be tougher, those were the first people who got their ass whooped. Like, anybody who pretended to be tougher than they were, that's when somebody was like, oh, word? You Mr. Badass? Okay, we'll see if you really Mr. Badass. It's either one or the other. You either came in tougher than you were, or you showed you was a bitch. Those were the two signs of you was gonna have a bad time in jail. So, McGregor's gonna have a hard time, because I'm sure he's gonna have that same cocky attitude, like, nobody gonna beat my ass, and niggas gonna try that shit. Niggas like, I'm gonna be the champion today. Niggas gonna try it. They are. I already know.
Remember, and then you a fighter. There's always a target on your back in jail.
So,
I mean, the last thing with him that I saw was that his lawyer's insisting that he gets back into the ring.
right.
That's that. And I found out what he was charged for, and it was 3 counts of assault and 1 count of criminal mischief.
I think he's going to jail. He's not going to jail.
I think community service and
Right.
his lawyer's gonna slither the way out of it. It's his
He
first
has
offense.
money.
It's his first, because it's his first offense. He really hasn't done nothing except talk shit.
Right.
Like, so I can't really sit here and be like, I haven't really seen McGregor drunk driving or
Right.
like thing like that, but he is a fighter.
Right.
My question really is, what conversation did that caused him to react. Remember, there's always a cause and effect. What caused him to have that effect on something?
Right.
And was he drunk?
Right.
Was the fighter talking shit about his wife, kid, or family member? Even though nothing that, unless did the fighter touch him?
Right.
Like, you don't know what made McGregor react like that.
Right.
That's what I'm gonna go with, because as a fighter and somebody that's easily snapped, we can easily snap on and off. Like, we're just a ticking time bomb.
Right.
Only certain amount of fighters know how to control it and be like, this is outside. I'm not gonna do this. Down the third. I'm only here for self-defense. Really, we as a fighter, as soon as we go to that precinct and say, I'm going to sign my hands as a deadly weapon, I have to sign it up. I have to let them know I'm a legit fighter. You're basically putting handcuffs on your hands to society, saying you have to control yourself because you are trained not only to fight, but trained also to kill.
Right. And that's what we do, people. We employ killers in this country.
Oh, no, that's what they got cops for.
That's true.
I literally
But
believe.
that's a whole different other topic.
I literally believe. This is for another time, but I think I'm gonna say this. They are legit.
The cops in the military.
Well, no, military.
Military not hire guns. They're not hire guns.
But no, because guess what? They get weight to be fired upon. Over here, cops can fire upon U.S. citizens, take out their gun, point it if they feel threatened. They could have a bobby pin or a baby in their hand and they'll pull out their goddamn gun on them.
Right.
That's how fucked up it is.
Did you hear about that kid they shot the other day who was running around with the pipe? Like he was just running, like I think they say he had a mental illness, so he was running around with a pipe going like this, like pointing it at like it's a gun to people. And somebody called and they was like, "Oh my God, there's this guy running around with a gun," and then the cops came and shot him. Black kid.
Like, yo, see, black, white. What are you doing, son?
Yeah, black. You know how I noticed with white folks, cops take their time before they shoot them. Like, put the gun down. Put it down! Hey, man! Put the gun down!
Sir. Wait,
20 minutes.
Oh, my
20
God.
minutes. What are you doing? Put it down!
Yo,
They would tase them.
Right.
yo, this is fucked up. I've seen a video, and this is proof. I don't know. I can't remember the name of it. I seen a video with two white boys carrying M16s walking down the street in a white neighborhood. One cop car came out of nowhere and just stopped. Dude. Can't walk to him like, hey guys, what are y'all doing? Why are y'all doing this? Why are y'all carrying? Like, yo, I got my gun license right here, blah, blah, blah. Having a regular conversation, showed them their ID. Like, he's having a conversation like, why are you bringing this out here? Or this legal to have, da, da, da. Yo, they did it to a African-American kid and a pregnant chick. Like, he's the only one that had the gun and she's just there walking next to him with the camera. Yo, 16 cars came out of nowhere. The helicopters was called. Everybody pointed their guns at both these people. Remember, she was pregnant. And they like, get on the ground. I have a license. Get on the ground. I have a gun license. Get on the ground. They was about to shoot them.
That's
all of
something.
them.
There was one incident on Facebook Live that a guy was shot in his car while his girlfriend was recording it in front of his child.
Right.
They came, they argued with the cops or whatever the case was, and the cop came and shot the dude in the head.
And wait, didn't they shoot a Spanish guy? Like, I'm telling you, man, it's crazy.
Yeah,
how if the color is strictly not white, like they will literally just and bang.
Right.
And yeah, you could protest. You can have all this riots. No. There's not been a real riot yet. The Eagles, that was a riot.
Oh, wait.
Now, if you really let that riot times 3 to a certain child to run one wrong black person that has maybe the whole right sources on lock, that cop did an unjustified murder. I feel sorry for that cop.
Right.
It's not gonna be the same.
The justice system is not here. The justice system is not for us, I should say. It's not for us.
The job is to protect and serve. But if y'all got killed, y'all gonna go on a manhunt throughout the whole city searching for somebody.
Right.
And this is exactly why they want. And they want gun control. Yeah. When was a black guy? Wait, besides the hospital incident, because he was a doctor. When did a black guy shoot up a school? A black teenager. African American teenagers shoot up a school.
I've been in school with a lot of kids with guns. None of them ever shot up
None
a
of them
school.
ever like shot up an African American school. Like, I don't understand.
But it's bigger than schools now, because now they had the shooting that happened at YouTube in California.
Oh, and now you're hitting.
Now they have YouTubers, because I'm a YouTuber who been affected by the YouTubers, just demonetizing people, taking away their money. So some people it really affect them, and apparently one person got really, really upset and like, fuck it, I'm about to show up to YouTube and just shoot up the motherfucker.
And what's that mean? Go and post on somebody. That's
Somebody
real.
shot up YouTube. Like, remember I told you about that.
Yeah. No, remember, it hit me on Facebook, another one.
But when it happened, like, it came up on my Citizens app. Like, it was like, oh, gunshots fired at YouTube. And I was just like, what?
Is that crazy right now? And this is what happened, people. This is what we're creating.
And it's under Trump's rule.
Right.
Yo, let's end it at that. All right.
And y'all picked this man as president.
I didn't pick this.
I voted for Bernie. I went in and voted. I got up my ass. I voted for Bernie. I didn't want to vote for Hillary because she was winning anyway, so I voted for Bernie.
And with that, people, we say, America, you so crazy.
Enjoy your day, crazy ass.
Till next time.